When I first entered art school, I was starry-eyed and so freaking excited. The idea of taking classes about things I loved, filled with peers that had similar interests and goals to me, sounded amazing. But now, I'm a few years into this program, and... well... I've learned that the art program I chose has its fair share of... flaws, if you will. You see, I'm an animation major, and if you know anything about animation curriculums, you would expect me to be taking classes on not only animation, but also film or creative writing, maybe even a video editing or compositing class, right? Right? No. That's where you're sorely mistaken. You see, this is a fine arts college. We don't mess around with frilly things like anime, comics, or video games. Those are completely invalid art forms. Why would you even need to know how to make narrative work whenever you can just make everything based on a loose concept? Do a little trauma dumping. That's where the real art comes from. And look, we know you aren't getting any viz dev or character design classes you may need for your portfolio, but on the bright side, you can take jewelry making and painting classes that'll take up all of your free time. Doesn't that sound really fun?
What the fart? Where am I? Get me out of here!
Okay, so it is my own fault for not doing more research about the program before I committed. I will fully admit that. But in my defense, they offered me a near full-ride scholarship to attend. Like, covering 80% of my expenses over 4 years? I couldn't just pass that up. College in America is expensive, so my ass is staying. This is probably the literal cheapest I could get an animation degree. I'm planning to get my bachelor's here and eventually get a master's at a better school abroad, but for now, I gotta deal with the classes at present. Which brings us to today's story. This particular semester, I had been taking some of the most time-intensive classes that the program had to offer. The worst ones being Intro to Painting and Advanced Animation. Both of these classes are known for having a huge workload with no time to breathe. If you fall behind even a little bit, you'll find yourself having another week's worth of work being dumped on you. So both of them felt pretty unforgiving. For a more specific example, my painting professor would, I shit you not, assign 6 paintings a week. Mind you, most of the people in this class weren't even painting majors. A lot of us were digital art majors, actually. I told my friends if our teacher had just eliminated 1 painting per week from the schedule, the class would have felt so much better. But it was so much work, I never felt like I had the time to learn how to paint, which is literally what the class is for. Okay, let me get back to the story though. This particular day, I was supposed to attend our second to last animation class of the semester, but I had decided to skip. Along with all the schoolwork I had due in the next week, I also had to start working on a YouTube video for my other channel that was due in 3 days. So, it was crunch time. I texted my friends to see if they wanted to grab lunch after the class had ended, so we could chat and I could ask them what I missed, and they agreed. So around 1:30, I took a break from working and I walked over to where we were meeting. Hey Gray, hey Keba. Hey Joe.
Oh, hey Joe.
So, did anything happen in class today? Oh, you missed something. And as my friend told me what happened, I was so glad I skipped, because I would have been rage baited to hell and back. This particular class, the professor had prepared a slideshow presentation to deliver to us, and they had told us the week before that today's topic was going to be on video editing. Now, as I've mentioned before, my school offers no classes on that subject. Everything taught to us about it was either through our animation courses or a general digital art class, and honestly, we've only been taught the basics, like how to cut a video and add a pre-made effect basic, barely anything beyond that. My friends and I assumed, oh, they'll probably talk about some more advanced After Effects tools or how to add rim lights and shadows to your animation, which, if you don't know, are pretty standard things to learn for any aspiring animator. They're very basic animation editing things we have yet to be taught. And instead of what could have been really helpful and pertinent information, what students were given was a presentation on camera angles and their first uses in the early 1900s. This isn't video editing. There are students in this class that don't understand the most fundamental things about these programs that the school is supposed to be teaching us. Sometimes I have to help people do something that, frankly, should have been learned way before they went to college. I think this slideshow should have been titled Camera Angles and Their First Uses, because according to multiple of my peers, this slideshow had nothing to do with editing, and more specifically, nothing to do with editing for animation. Honestly, this wouldn't have been such a big deal if it wasn't for the fact that, say it with me, we haven't been taught shit about editing for animation. So it was like the teacher was dangling a carrot in front of us, only to replace it with cardboard at the last second. It didn't hurt us, it didn't poison us, but wow, that was useless and it didn't taste like anything. It could have just given me the damn carrot. That was already frustrating enough to hear about. The sleep deprivation and overexhaustion wasn't helping either, but the story got worse, it got worse. Since the slideshow wasn't filled with any pressing information, a lot of the class had gotten out their laptops to work while they listened to the professor. And at this point, we had less than a week to do our final for this class. So anytime we were given to work on our project was really helpful, especially since all of us were being bombarded with finals work from all of our other art classes. But this particular day, the professor was not having it. The teacher noticed all the keyboard clacking and drawing tablets that were out, so they stopped in the middle of the presentation to say something along the lines of,
"Everyone, put your computers up. Stop working. I'm so frustrated. This is important information that you all need to learn. I took time out of my day to make this for your class, and none of you are even paying attention."
Wait a minute, they actually said something like that? Yeah, dude, they were trying to, guilt trip us. Oh. Okay. I've been working for 3 months straight for a bunch of classes I don't even care about. It's looking like I'll be graduating with a body of work I can't use in my animation portfolio. And they have the gall to guilt trip us about time? About time? About taking time to do something that's their job? Their job? Hey man, hey, hi, huh? Hey man, huh? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I was so glad I didn't show up because I can guarantee I would have crashed out. That same semester, I learned that when I'm stressed, I'm not afraid to tell professors what I think. So they would have been hearing from me and none of it would have been good. That being said, it's worth noting that the school I go to has been in a pretty sucky situation for both teachers and students alike. So I don't blame the professor for getting frustrated at us. It's been a rough time all around. That was just the straw that broke the camel's back for me. If it wasn't for 4 months straight of unrelenting work, I would not have reacted to my friend telling me about this class as much as I did. If you're attending art school right now, let me know in the comments if you can relate to any of this at all. And if you do, I'm sorry. If you've enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I plan on making more storytime content in the near future. Also, I probably won't do this for every video, but I'm new to making storytime content, so if anyone watching this has any constructive criticism about this video in any aspect, then let me know. I want to improve what I'm making. Thank you so much for watching, have an amazing day or night, and be kind to yourself. Bye bye!